my understanding.
Okay, we're on record.
Lake Parsippany.
No, that's, yeah, they're
Father,
blue.
We're on record.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Good evening and welcome to the meeting of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills Board of Adjustment. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, and it is 7:30 p.m. Announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and that it is being conducted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6 at SEC of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Roll call, Mr. Berkowitz?
Here.
Mr. Mazzarella?
Here.
Mr. Petty is not here. Mr. Reddy?
Present.
Mr. Willens?
Here.
Chairwoman Grignani?
Present.
We have our board planner, Mr. Chadwick,
Present.
our board engineer, Mr. Lomanowitz,
Present.
and our board attorney, Mr. Johnson.
Present.
For the audience, please stand and join us in the pledge, and I ask you to please stand for a moment of silence. May 26th is Memorial Day, and in those that never made it home. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice and justice for all. Thank you.
Mr. Chadwick, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that any testimony that you give tonight should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Mr. Lomanowitz, do you swear or affirm that any testimony that you give tonight should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Nora, application, correspondence, please.
Great, did we want to, the meeting's open to the general public. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss that's not on tonight's agenda?
Thank you.
Seeing and hearing none, we have correspondence received from Dave and Tess Lewis, 30 Battle Ridge, Block 15.7, Lot 11, requesting their application to be carried to July 23rd, 2025, without further notice, and they grant the board all necessary extensions to make decision on the application through July 31st, 2025.
Move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution, application 2502, Mr. Vetti, 100 Hillside Road, to legalize a three-season room in addition. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Apologize, here we go. Mr. Mazzarella, you cannot vote on this one. Berkowitz?
Yes.
You're second in this.
I'm the second.
Okay, Berkowitz?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Grignani?
Yes.
It's approved.
Agenda, application 2522, Decide, 39 Pitt Road, Block 422, Lot 2, Zone R3, a C variance to construct a shed contrary to Section 430-10C, side and rear yards, and Section 430-35, Column 10. Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Can you state your name, spell your last name, starting with you, please, miss.
Last name Desai, D-E-S-A-I, first name A-D-A-N-I, Kaufman.
And you, sir?
Yeah, last name Desai, D-E-S-A-I, first name Dharmesh, D-H-A-R-M-E-S.
Okay, you can have a seat. Make sure you speak into the microphone and have the microphone speak closely into the microphone, okay?
Okay, this is the one with the, my
Soil.
pages, so I don't know.
So tell the board what it is that you'd like to do.
So, all the C variants for the shade, right now currently I don't have a shade, and I had a 10 by 10 shade which I had to remove during the addition work.
Could you please speak into the microphone a little closer, louder, so we may hear you? Nora, can we hear them?
Hello?
Let me see,
Yeah,
Much better. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, For my grandfather, he does a lot of the yard work for me, and for his tools and other things for the gardening. I need to construct a shed for which I'm putting this application. I had a small shed which I had to remove during the addition I did 1.5 years ago, and now I tried to do without that for 1 year, one summer, but I think looking at his age, I would really like, it would be nice if I can get, permit to build another shed.
Why does the shed have to be located where you propose it to be located?
It's just that, I have a patio there and he puts like a lot of his plants and around in that area, right? So it will be closer to, where he works mostly.
Okay, so that's why it needs to be you want it to be in that
In
particular...
the back of the, yeah.
Why can't it be 6 feet from the property?
Uh,
You show 4 feet.
I'm okay with having it, 6 feet away from the property line, if it's required.
So you would be willing to move the shed so that it's 6 feet from
Yes.
the rear property
That's one
line?
less variance that you would need.
Yeah, I mean, if that is what required, I'm okay with 6 feet.
Okay, so,
Well, he's got two variances. He's got the variance with the setbacks. You've agreed to make it 6 feet from either property line, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, then you've got a variance for lot coverage,
right.
which is,
De minimis,
Yes,
de minimis.
that is the minimum. Just to let the board,
yeah, I'm gonna get to it. So you're willing to move the shed so it's 6 feet from the rear line and 6 feet from the sideline?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so you don't need that. Okay, so there's two issues with respect to a soil moving permit, okay?
Yeah,
Apparently, back in 2023,
yes,
you did some work on the house,
right,
and you were required to get a major soil moving permit,
correct.
but you never got that permit, it's our understanding.
Right, so, the, building department, right, at the time I was working with them, it was not brought to my attention about, and I already had a, pretty low ground in the backyard where I spread the soil from the basement dugout. So I did not really, know that this will require a major soil permit.
Okay.
But when it was brought to my attention, when I started doing the landscaping work, and then, we followed up the,
Okay, so are you willing now to go back now and correct that and get the permit that you should have gotten
Yes.
back in 2023?
yes,
Excellent. For this application, you need something called a minor soil moving permit. Do you understand that?
okay,
minor soil moving permit.
yes,
Okay, so you need to get a major soil moving permit from what you did back in 2023,
right,
and a minor soil moving permit for this application. Do you
Correct.
understand that?
yes,
Okay, great. I have no other questions.
I have another couple of questions.
yes.
On the survey, it shows at the rear property line, a chain link fence. Do you know if that's your fence or the neighbor's?
That is neighbors.
Okay, because it doesn't go straight.
And I believe that, as per my surveyor also brought that to my attention, that it is not actual property line where the chain was built.
Right.
So,
But
if
you-
I would be building a wall, I would make sure that,
Yeah, you have to be within your.
Yeah.
And you have no objection for that, sir.
no, I have no objection.
All right, thank you.
Just to let the board know that I personally visited this property and I see the improvements, the grading and all, whatever the soil that come out from the basement improvement, it is level and it is a much better shape than before.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. Any other questions from the board?
Mr.
Mr.
Desai,
Lemanowitz?
Yes,
the township engineer in his review said that the area for the shed needs to be leveled,
yes.
okay? Which way does the ground go down? Does it go down as you go to the back of the property, to the right side? Which way does it tip?
So it would be graded, from left to right, right to left.
Okay, so the right side is gonna be higher?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm asking is because as we heard, the fence is not on the property line,
yeah,
and you're gonna be able to do whatever filling you need to do on your property,
exactly,
and not go up to the fence that's on the neighbor's.
absolutely,
That's all I have, Madam Chair.
yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions from our board members? Would someone like to frame?
Wait.
Question,
Somebody,
sorry, questions from the audience, I apologize. Please come up. State your name and address.
Leona Hopkins.
Get the microphone, please.
Leona Hopkins, Leona, 25 Pitt Road, adjacent property. One of my concerns is the height of the structure. I don't know whether that matters to you, with the variances, but,
So, can I just interrupt you for 1 second? I'm sorry. This is your opportunity to ask questions of the applicant about the testimony that he just gave,
okay,
okay? If
Okay.
you have a statement either in support of or in opposition to the application, you'll be given an opportunity to do that as well. But
Yeah.
at this point, do you have any questions of either?
okay. So how high is it gonna be?
So retaining wall gonna be 3.5 feet? As per-
We were told it was only gonna be 3 feet, but, all right, 3.5 feet is the retaining wall. How high is the structure gonna be?
Structure as in,
The shed?
shed gonna be the regular 7.5 feet.
Okay, then,
That is not on your side.
Your
of the
side, it's
property.
gonna be
no,
this.
no, I know where it is. All right, so yeah, when it comes to a statement, let me know.
Okay.
Because I would like to make a statement.
Okay.
Thank you.
As long as there's no other questions from the audience,
Don't sit down.
don't sit down.
Come back and make your statement. Would anybody like to make a statement for or against
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now I actually have to swear you in then,
Okay.
okay? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I-
Okay, so state your name again, spell your last name.
Leona Hopkins, Hopkins,
And where do you live?
25 Pitt Road.
Okay, what would you like to say?
All right, so there's concerns about the height of the structure. I'm also confused that a variance for the shed is being addressed before the soil movement in the yard has been dealt with. During last year's construction, soil was excavated and left in the yard, causing the yard to be 3 feet higher than 3 of the neighbors' yards. This was done without permits, and my understanding is that a planning board will be held to address this. This raises concerns regarding the height of the structure, since it will now appear 3 feet higher to the neighbors. Well, now 3.5 feet, because they just said the wall will be 3.5 feet. This becomes a privacy issue, as both fences bordering the property are 5 feet high, but now, in essence, they will be 1.5 feet. If the proposed 3.5-foot retaining wall is built, and then you have the shed's height to this. Before, the land sloped gently. When they took the excavated dirt out, now you have a 3 feet height difference from my property, whereas it was a gentle slope. I can show you pictures of what it looked like.
So what side from the road, what side are you on?
So if you're facing your property, I'm on the downside, the left side.
Okay, so
The shed is not on, the shed is in the back corner. I mean, if you go to the other people's property, it looks ridiculous, because it's like their property ends, and then you got 3 feet, and then they're gonna put a shed on top of that. So no, it isn't on my side of the property, it's in the back corner. But the issue is the dirt, and that they're gonna build on top of 3.5 feet height difference, which was not there before.
Can I just ask a question?
No,
I'm trying to look at the survey. Where's the retaining wall going?
The retaining wall is going by, the property line, just into.
They have it by, they dug right on my property line, from, the back half of my, property, basically where my fence is, the vinyl fence.
The vinyl. We don't see that.
And all along the back of the,
What's this wall fence?
the chain link fence.
That's.
And so that's already been dug, but
Vinyl, that's
they
a
still
vinyl
need, my understanding is they need to go to the
Okay.
planning board regarding, the soil movement. But like I said, I'm opposed to the soil being there, because now you've got my property and 3.5 feet height difference at my fence. And the same with the neighbor behind them. It's 3.5 feet, that height difference, which didn't need to be. They could have put a retaining wall anywhere in there and done steps or something else, but they just did that. And they did it without
It's not
permits.
done yet.
No, it's not done yet.
I know it's not done
Yeah,
yet.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to correct that it's not
And
done yet.
one more thing, I want-
But it's gonna
Wait,
be,
hold on, let her finish what she has to say, and then if you have questions, you can ask questions, and if you have a statement in response, you can make a statement in response.
so, yes, it is not done yet, but it's a mess, you know. They have already dug the trench, they have the blocks in the front, they had no permits. The engineering had to come in and stop everything to get permits. You know,
So the walls being put up along the fence, is that?
on both fences.
Just stop a second. You have not applied for a major soil movement permit, correct?
I have it,
You agreed that you would apply for it.
yes, and
And let me just finish up the process here. That plan has not been approved. You're talking about a plan, they went forward and did things,
Without approval.
and her statement from one of
Don't
the
we have a
board
letter,
members,
don't we have a letter saying it's complete?
Engineering report is.
he's gonna be coming in, and I don't know if he's continues to, isn't there a stop work order in this, so you can't do anything right now, right?
No, we're not doing anything right.
Okay, that's what I asked. You stopped work,
Right away.
okay.
Yeah.
He's agreed that he's gonna get a soil movement permit, major soil movement permit,
right.
and he's gonna have to come here for approval. So the discussion of whether it's 3 feet, 3.5 feet, the exact design, et cetera, is gonna be some of a part of the hearing on soil movement. So you're kinda ahead of the,
Yeah, but I'd like to
process.
make sure,
We
like,
have
if
that.
you're saying yes to
We
the
have.
shed,
Yeah.
don't you have to
The
say
shed-
yes to the soil?
The shed could go where it is without any change of the grade. Just gotta flatten it out, that's all.
Well, no, they've already put dirt there.
No, I have not put dirt where the shed is.
The answer is no.
Okay.
The soil movement permit probably will have some relationship to the shed, but it doesn't have
Okay,
to.
all right.
You have to stand up and get sworn in.
Come on,
Now,
come on.
answer a question. Who wants to answer a question?
I'm supposed to ask a question.
So.
My name is Ian Hopkins. I live at 25 Pitt Road, HOPKIMS. May I ask where the shed will be placed, or is slated to be placed?
Yeah, it will be placed in the right side of my property. So when
Right
you
side,
look,
6
all the
feet.
way back from.
Was, there was no dirt from the excavation placed there?
No,
There's
Okay,
no plan for
thank
it
you.
right now.
that's what I was trying to
So he has to
clarify,
come
that
back.
They have to come back for that.
the grade where the shade is,
Hold on.
yeah,
We're talking about something that doesn't exist yet. You're here for an advertised hearing for a shed to be located closer to the property line than allowed. You agreed to abandon that variance. You've also agreed to clean up permits that you didn't get, one of which is going to be an application to this board as a condition that you've agreed to.
Yes.
Then we will talk about walls, depth, the height of soil, whether they move the stuff around, or whether you like it.
So in summary,
We're ahead of the game on that.
But Mike, if the major soil permit was supposed to be, that work was already done, that they're going back to
I
get a
don't know how
permit.
much of it's done. They had to
Well,
stop work.
it was 2023, didn't we say that was finished?
No.
so
Stopped
the
working.
dirt
It's
has
been
been,
stopped.
dirt has been, put in the backyard, but it was not spread till the property line, how I wanted to grade that dirt.
So it's been there since 2023?
Yeah, and now I want to build a retaining wall so I can give a nice grade as per the topology.
That, we don't even have that in front of us. yet.
Okay. Yeah, that,
Yeah, that's,
So what are we gonna do?
That's what, I mean, we've been spending some time on something we don't have
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
You get your permits for the land movement, and then you'll come back here, and then we'll, because right now we can't approve this the way it is. Okay?
So it's here,
We'll carry the case.
the,
Isn't the shed, and the shed, and the retaining wall,
Hold,
are
hold,
they
hold,
separate?
You need to carry it.
I can use that.
You can deal with
The
it.
shed is not, it's on the opposite side of the property.
You can deal with, you can deal, the board tonight can deal with, the board tonight can deal with the application for the shed
right,
The shed's over here.
on its own, okay? As a condition of approval, the board can require you to make the necessary applications for both the major and the minor soil moving permit,
right.
and deal with those applications as they come in.
And what about the 3.5-foot wall?
That's not on here.
That comes to you later. You have to understand, with the condition of the soil movement, you cannot put that shed on your property until the board approves the major soil movement permit.
Right.
Understand it? Okay.
wherever you are putting the shed, is there any soil movement that side?
No.
The grading is like this, right?
Yeah.
So you are putting on the higher side of the
Yes.
property.
Well, the soil will need to be graded, according to the
For-
town
Yeah.
engineer,
Yeah.
to accommodate, place the shed on level ground.
Right.
That's why the applicant needs a minor
Minor.
soil moving permit for the shed.
You agreed to the board engineers?
Yes, yes. So I will take a minor soil movement to level the ground for the shed.
And a major
major.
soil moving
Right.
permit for
And the
what?
major, which I have,
Stopped work on.
right, and I submitted the topography survey and the grading plan for major for the 3.5-foot wall.
Yeah.
And that was reviewed by the town municipal engineer.
Hearing.
And he provided a memo for this panel regarding that soil movement.
Which we have.
Okay.
And he says in that memo, all items will be reviewed in detail, including truck routes and hours of operation at the pre-construction. This meeting must be held prior to the start of work.
Right.
Now, you've already started the work, okay? But you need to follow the recommendations of the
Yes.
township engineer.
Yes.
We talked about 3-4 walls.
Do we need, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Chadwick, do we need a plan to see the walls going around this property? I see a wood post type fence, and on the other side, I see a vinyl fence.
Here's,
No, in the engineering report, it says, associated plans including building a 3.5-foot high retaining wall. It is addressed in the engineering report.
we don't know where
Where it's gonna be.
Doesn't
the
show
wall
on
is,
here.
but we're assuming that it is on the outside of the property.
Oh.
You can't have a wall more than 3 feet high in a side yard, in a side or rear yard.
Oh,
Well,
then,
Something's gonna change.
Well, we're assuming that he doesn't need a variance for the retaining wall, otherwise
Yeah.
he'd be here.
He just
for the
knows he does. Says it's 3.5 feet tall. And 3.5 feet isn't 3 feet.
okay, so if it is 3 feet, it doesn't need?
If it's 3 feet, it is legal, 3.5
So
feet.
can you go with 3 feet?
Yeah, I can, yeah, grade it so that it
No.
rests
Wall-
at 3 feet.
Excuse me, listen.
Yeah,
Can you go with the wall height 3 feet?
Yes.
Instead of 3.5?
yes,
If it is 3.5, you need a variance,
okay.
But
what I'm asking.
regard, well,
right?
so you
Yeah.
can just put a 3-foot wall on your
Yeah.
property anywhere you want, then? We don't have to see it on here? Because it's 3 feet?
Yeah, that's the.
I'm asking the question.
I think you should have a corrected plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's not on the plan, there's no wall on the plan, period. 3 foot, 3.5 foot, 65 feet, there's nothing on there, I can't
He's
tell
not
you.
here for the wall, he's here just for a shed.
Well, originally,
Yes.
as they said, it was 3.5 feet, so he should have been getting a variance for that, but if he's willing to do it 3 feet, but my question is, we could just put a 3-foot wall on, I could go home, build a 3-foot wall on my property anywhere,
Yes.
and that's okay.
Yeah,
All
apparently
right,
you
well,
can.
maybe two.
The issue is that when you build a wall, in order to do the backfill behind the wall, you need a soil moving permit. So you might not need a permit for a 3-foot wall, but whatever you do behind it, you do need a permit for. So it does.
Which we needed a
it
plan
does
so we
come
can
around.
see the plan to approve the plan.
Correct.
Which we
That's
don't
all.
have to.
I'm
So we
just
can't
asking
do.
for the plan to see where it's going and what's going on.
Mr. Desai, do you understand what the board is saying, what our officials are saying? You need to go get your permit for the major and the minor,
Yes,
all right? And does he have to change the
Yeah,
The
it's gotta
site-
show
well,
where the right.
It sounds like the board would like to see the plans that you submitted for the major soil moving permit
okay,
before acting on your current application for the shed,
okay,
so they can see how it all works together,
understand,
okay?
yeah,
That sounds like what the board would like to see before moving on your application,
What he
understand.
said,
okay?
he said it right, I just
So,
spit it out.
so, in order, it sounds like the board is not inclined to grant your application without seeing how it's all gonna fit together,
Right,
okay? So, I think the board would like you to ask that they carry the application, in other words, put the application on another date, and that you submit the plans that you submitted to the engineering department with respect to the soil moving permit and the wall, retaining wall, and then come back so that the board can see how this all works together
okay,
before deciding on the application. Are you willing to do that?
yes, I mean, I can do that.
Okay, do you
Yeah.
do you understand?
I believe, yeah, okay,
Nora, may we have a date, please, to carry?
August 6th.
because based on, the town engineer's, letter, right, what he reviewed, I submitted to them. That's what I believe that is, for,
I understand.
panel here to,
The board is concerned about how this is all gonna fit together and how it might affect your neighbors. So I think they'd like to see both the plans that you submitted to the engineering department, which show the retaining wall,
Right.
correct? That shows the retaining wall, right?
yes,
Those plans? They show the retaining wall?
yes,
Okay, so I think the board would like to see all that together before they decide on your application for a variance for the shed.
Carry till August 1, Nora?
6th.
August
the
6th. Okay, get the permits, get your total plan done, come back August 6th.
And show us where your wall is going to be?
Show us a new plan, wherever it's
Yes,
gonna
we
be.
need a new plan,
The plan.
The full plan.
okay? Do you understand, sir?
yes,
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll see you August 6th. Just submit the plan for the retaining wall and the soil moving permit to Ms. Jolie, so that the board has it when you come back in August.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do I pronounce this lady's name?
We'll carry till August 6th for this application.
Lorraine?
They're not this board, okay? But this board wants to see the whole thing, how it's gonna look together before moving on to the application, okay?
And here.
So August 6th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have an architect? Did you submit architect plans to the engineering
Yes.
department? Do you have that plan?
We gotta
Okay,
move on.
we'll go.
Okay, so what do we do about that, sir?
Don't do anything until August 6th.
Okay. But actually,
Application 25:21, Diane Harang, 12 Renault Drive, Block 751, Lot 3, Zone R2. A C variance to construct a one-story addition and second-story addition contrary to section 430-35, column 10. Hello.
Okay. Can you raise your right hands, please? Are you both gonna testify?
That's my husband, yeah, mine as well.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay. State your names, spell your last names, please.
Huang, Huang, Diane, Diane.
Last name E, spell L-I.
Okay, you can have a seat, just make sure you use the microphone and speak loudly, okay?
Okay.
And tell the board what it is that you'd like to do.
I would like to add an addition on the first floor, a bathroom, a full bathroom, and make a space as a dining room, because I'm going to use my current dining room as a first floor bedroom. And also, I'm going to make my very useful but very ugly shed right now. It's a big one, to kind of make it prettier, so make it smaller.
Okay. So you need a variance for building coverage.
Yes, it's over 10%. I believe that was needed.
Yeah, your existing building coverage is 10.35%. You're allowed 10%, and its proposed building coverage is 11.63%.
Yes,
So 321 square feet of the addition is on the first floor, right?
yes,
And 110 square feet of the addition is on the second floor, right?
yes,
But all we're here to approve is the de minimis impervious coverage request.
Yep.
So that's the only thing we need to prove on a variance here, as far as I'm reading it, so.
That is correct.
And so, from my standpoint, there was no other conditions for soils or anything else, and I think it's a very de minimis, request.
They do have a soil, I don't mean to interrupt, they need a minor soil and permit.
So, that doesn't come back here though, no.
No, I
Okay.
realize that. Just so you know.
So, I'm just gonna summarize, say I'm gonna be in favor of this application.
Do you have any questions from the board? Are there any questions from the audience on testimony that this applicant has given? See none?
Anybody want to speak?
Go ahead, ready to do a resolution.
Anyone would like to speak in favor of this application or in opposition? Yes, I know you do.
You already have.
Would a
Can I
member,
move forward?
please?
Application 25:2021, Diane Hong, 12 Renal Drive, Block 751, Lot 3, Zone R-2, to issue or grant a C variance to construct a one-story addition and a two-story addition contrary to section 430-35, column 10.
Second one.
And on the condition that they apply for a minor soil moving permit.
Yeah, for the engineering report, minor soil permit is required.
okay.
Second one.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Mazzarella,
Yes.
Ready,
Yes.
Willens,
Yep.
Grignani.
Yes, your application is approved. Once we make a resolution to this account, you will be hearing from the zoning, and you can go for your zoning and your building permits, okay? Lots of luck.
Yep, thank you.
Screw that up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Application 25:13, Robin and Joe Carlson, 7 Brentwood Drive, Block 168, Lot 55, Zone R3, a C variance to construct an in-ground pool with coping, paver pool patio, and pool equipment contrary to section 430-35, column 13.
Raise your right hands, please. You swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Can you identify yourselves, please? Last name spelled? Great. And you, sir?
I'm Tim Fox, Foxtin.
And what's your relationship to the application?
I'm representing CLC Landscape Design, the sort of creative team behind the tool design.
Great. Okay. You can have a seat. Just make sure you speak into the microphone and tell us what it is that you'd like to do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Good evening. We continuously try to improve our home, and our next project is for the outdoor space. And so we would love to build a space that we can enjoy the outdoors, get exercise, and have time with friends and family. And so we're seeking a variance on the lot coverage to install the pool with minimal patio space to safely walk around and provide a seating area to also blend with the current aesthetic of the backyard, which results in a variance for a coverage of 36.8%. We're also seeking approval of a major soil moving permit, which was submitted back in February. And a few things to note as you consider this request. We did keep the walkway around the pool quite minimal, really with safety in mind, to make sure it was safe to walk around the pool, but in accordance with the town ordinance to try and minimize that and not overtake the yard in terms of impervious coverage. We also do have a property that's a corner lot. As you can see on the site plan, there's about a 10-foot buffer along Brentwood Drive that is between our property and the street that we do maintain. And with that included, we would only be about 1.4% more in alignment with the 30% lot coverage. So it's not out of proportion in terms of our lot coverage. And of course, we've worked with an engineer to design a storm water management system to capture the runoff. We're anticipating no negative impact, but very much welcome the comments from the town. And then, of course, we do need that approval on the soil movement to accommodate the design. Thank you.
Did you see the letter of May 20th from the municipal engineer?
Yes, we did receive it. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you comply?
Will you comply?
Can you comply with these comments?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
He's happy with your stormwater. Just fact for the board, the pool is 20 by 40, and township requires that to be interpreted as impervious surface. And we have, for a number of years now, considered that as not being impervious.
Yeah, it is a water collection.
If that pool.
Where's the water gonna go?
If that pool overflows because of rain, we got more problems.
That will be more
So
problem.
your variance becomes quite de minimis now. I didn't make the calculation, but I think you're probably very close to 30 feet. The paver design, is that grouted or is it water go through?
Technically, it's going to be polymeric sand, so you get some absorption, but the idea is to really minimize sort of weeds in the joints, and you'll get some percolation, but it's not like concrete.
Okay, all right, fine.
The polymer sand, right?
Polymer
Yeah,
sand, yes.
It do absorb some.
Yeah.
Little.
Anyone in the audience? No, first of all, are there any members that have any questions?
I just have a
Yeah.
comment. I have a 20 by 40 pool, and I love it, but a smaller pool can be pretty good too. But the point being, back to Mr. Chadwick, I don't consider it impervious coverage either, so therefore I don't think we have a variance request on impervious coverage. So I'll be voting in favor of this.
Any other questions from the board?
No, I feel bad, I only got a 15 by 26 pool, it's above ground. I gotta go do something about it. Take your number, Lee.
I will say,
Get with it, Lee.
I will say there is some work involved. I too have a 20 by 40. There is some, but there is enjoyment. Any, yeah. Do we have anyone in the audience that is in favor of this application? I see none.
One little tiny boy who's very excited about it.
You better use the pool, my kids.
That's it. That's
Is it gonna be heated?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, beautiful.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's it. Would one of our members like to frame a resolution, please?
Go ahead, Chris, you got it.
Oh, application 25:13, Robin and Joe Carson, 7 Brentwood Drive, to approve a block 168, sorry, lot 55, zone R3C variance to approve to construct an in-ground pool with coping, paver patio, and pool equipment contrary to section 430-35:13.
On the
Second
condition
one
that
is-
they comply with all recommendations of the municipal engineer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Conditions.
thank you. You will be notified
We gotta vote.
when you can get
I need
your...
a second, I need a second.
Oh, I paused.
I second.
Already, okay.
Berkowitz?
Yes.
Mazzarella?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Willing?
Yep.
Grignani?
Yes, see, I'm already anxious for you to
She's
get
already
that pool going.
She's coming over swimming
That's
already.
it. That's it. Enjoy. You'll be notified.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Application 25:14, Gregory and Allison Sopko Conti, 10 Normandy Drive, Block 741, Lot 52, Zone R2. C variance to construct an open deck with stairs, contrary to Section 430-101 and Section 430-35, Column 13. Good evening.
Can you raise your right hands, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Great. State your names, spell your last names, please.
Gregory Conti, C-O-N-T-I.
My last name is Sopko Conti, S-O-P-K-O hyphen C-O-N-T-I. First name is Allison.
Great. You can have a seat. Just make sure you speak into the microphone. And tell the board what it is that you'd like to do.
Good evening. We are seeking to build an attached deck with stairs in our rear yard, and the deck is going to be made of the composite decking, and the planks, as far as we're aware, are going to be built or constructed such that they have the standard gap so that the rainwater can go down between the planks, and it will be raised from the soil, and so there will be free flowing or an open space underneath the decking for any stormwater to flow underneath.
I see on your plan that you have a new deck. What is the size of the deck, please?
This is the deck that we're looking to build.
And the size of it?
The size, I believe, was roughly 425 square feet.
That's with the stairs included?
Yes, sir.
And what's the increase in the impervious coverage then? I don't quite
It's
understand that.
considered impervious coverage.
Pardon me?
It's considered to be impervious
The
coverage.
deck is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what I was gonna, thanks, Counselor, that's what I was gonna say, and it is an impervious coverage, so I think
It's considered to be impervious coverage under the ordinance,
under the ordinance, yeah.
even though the rain comes through it.
Yeah, check. Okay, based on that, I think that this will be a de minimis request, and I'll be voting in favor of it.
Any other questions from the board? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak in favor of this application on her testimony or in objection to? See none. Would our member like to frame a resolution, please?
Sure. Application 25:14, Gregory and Allison Spoko, Conti, 10
Second, we need a second, please.
10 Normandy Drive.
7 Normal Drive, Block 741, Lot number 52, Zone R-2, to issue a grant C variance to construct an open deck with stairs, contrary to Section 430-10I and Section 430-35, column 13.
Second Wills.
Berkowitz.
Yes.
Mazzarella.
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
Willand.
Yep.
Grignani.
Yes. Application is approved. You will be notified when you will be able to get your zoning and construction permits. Okay, lots of luck. Lots of luck.
I never.
Good luck.
Okay, moving right ahead.
Oh, we are moving right along. That's correct. Okay. Application 25:17, Kalaswala, 8.5 Roosevelt Avenue, Block 608, Lot 21.1, Zone R4, a C variance to construct a new two-story single-family dwelling, covered porch, second story open deck, no stairs, above lower deck, and first story open deck with stairs and concrete pad, contrary to section 430-35, columns 3 and 10, and section 430-101. Good evening, Mr. Kalaswala.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can have a seat. So there's nothing on this lot now, is that correct?
Yeah, this is an empty lot. There is nothing there just now.
Okay, and it looks like you need 3 variances.
Yes.
One for lot width. Could you buy property on, land on either side of your property?
Not possible. I tried that.
And you need a variance for yards and courts, open decks. Why is it that you need that variance?
Sure. So there is a, I'll just give you a little bit of background. Family came at very right time. I moved to Parsippany area in 2009 because of the worship place in Lake Hiawatha. And when I started looking for home, this was the land I was trying to acquire in 2015 and 16, but the owner was not ready to sell it. Then I got an opportunity to build my current house, which is on 102 Minnehaha Boulevard. And we built that house there, we moved there, we are living there. It's a very similar plan to that, which I put it here, but with little bit of, since the lot is bigger, with a little bit of more things because of the expanded family. So this location I prefer because it's next land to the worship place we have, and I was following up for this land for almost 8-9 years, and luckily I got it.
So you intend to live here with your family?
Exactly, that's the plan, because this was the primary location because it's just behind the worship place, and the house behind it is just a 1-story. So from the colonial house 2-story, it's a very beautiful view for us from a personal perspective. On the first floor, I made a master bedroom there with Jack and Jill stuff. The reason is my parents do visit here, and they cannot climb the 2nd story there here. So that's why we put the first floor master bedroom there. And in case of any family emergency or something happens, it's very useful there. Nowadays, people are trying to get that first floor master bathroom because of one or other reason. So I'm just pre-planning that, and I have the same thing in my current house also, which is on Minnehaha Boulevard, like literally walking distance. On top of it, in my current house, on the 2nd floor, we don't have any princess suite as such. Because of the growing family and the age perspective, it is better to have that from the family angle and all other personal angles. So that's why on the 2nd floor, you can see that there is a princess suite, and the other 2 bedrooms are having the Jack and Jill. So with the growing kids, the privacy is maintained there. On the 2nd floor, if you see, there is a deck also, which is just on the top of the 4th floor deck. Because of the view we can get for the back street where the worship place is there. So that's the reason we made a 2nd floor deck also, which is on just as like same size on the of the 1st floor. And due to growing needs and everything, since this lot width is comparatively bigger than my lot just now, we went for 2-car garage. Just now my house is 1-car garage because of the family needs as such. This is just a piece of land there since so many years. So planning to build a very beautiful house there, and intention is to move in there as such.
Okay, you need a variance for open decks, correct?
Yes.
You need a variance for building coverage
Yes,
and the lot width.
and the lot width.
Lot width has no choice.
No choice. And I tried the house next to both the lots are having a minimal things there, so, and no intention to sell any part of that.
Well, the house to your left, you couldn't find anything from them because you created variance. The house to the right, if you're standing in the middle of the street, looking at it, there might be some space here, but I don't know how wide that lot is. It's probably 60 feet or less.
Yeah, but where's the 1st story? He says 1st story.
Right underneath it, right there.
With stairs? 1st story, open deck with stairs.
Right, that's right there.
It's down there, that little step. Okay. Any of our members have a question to this applicant on the testimony given?
Yeah, so the basement, is that gonna be a finished basement? What's gonna be down there?
Basement and attic should be unfinished, and there is no intention to finish that.
How do you get into the attic? Pull downstairs?
No, it's a walk-up attic.
It is?
Yeah, it is a walk-up attic. I think it is in the plan also, and it's going to be unfinished.
And the walk-up, the attic will be used for?
Storage only. It's not for, we are not finishing it, nothing is there, just the light will be there, and it will go walk up. There will be solid door will be there to preserve the heat. So heat I don't lose the heat in the attic, and it will be totally unfinished.
And you couldn't put a pull downstairs?
So generally put the bags and everything in the attic. We use the attic as a storage area.
Yeah.
It's very easy to carry the bags and everything because we travel a lot back and forth. So on the pull-up attic, it's very tough to put the bags, everything, to put it there, bring it back down 3 times a year. It's a headache. So that's why we always prefer the walk-up attic, and the attic will be unfinished.
So when you say unfinished, is there no sheet rock or anything?
There will be only some sockets and the light and the wood. That's it. No sheetrock. I'm not planning to put the carpet or any plywood also. It will be unfinished.
Going up there, you're gonna have 4 stands of hot air?
So
You gotta
yeah,
have heater, air conditioning.
it will be 2-zone system. So one will be in the basement, second will be in the attic. It's always like that.
Right.
Machine will be there, but it will not heat it.
All right.
like a blower or something.
Put that at the end.
Yeah,
That it should all be used for storage, correct?
storage,
Yeah.
correct.
Understood. Okay.
Any questions from our board?
Madam Chair, just one question.
Yes?
The applicant stated that there's gonna be a door keeping the cold air in the attic.
I'm going to put the solid door there instead of the normal normal door. So, because it's a walk-up attic.
Right,
So-
but there's no door shown on the plan, so I would,
Yeah, then I will add it for sure. I need to, otherwise it's a loss of it for me.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that should also, because the way it is right now, it's open.
Oh,
So, I'm not sure from a building code how that door is gonna fit, because I don't know if you can open a door and have the first step right there at the threshold.
So the door will open inside the attic. Not,
And again, that's a building issue.
Yeah.
Building, what I'm just saying is that the board may want to.
It's a mistake in the plan.
To have the plans revised
Sure.
to show how that door, where that door is and how it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's a mistake in the plan, door should be there,
but he should be comply with the
building code.
building
Building
code.
codes.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that point, I didn't notice.
Yeah, I just noticed it. That's all I have, Madam Chairman, thank you.
But the door is intended to be on the attic level, not on the second floor
No,
level.
at the attic level. Yeah.
Anyone in the audience have any questions on the testimony given? Anyone in approval in the audience? Anyone in opposition? I see none. There are no more questions from this board?
Right.
Someone would like to frame a resolution, please?
Application 25:17, Nakul Kasarwala, 8.5 Roosevelt Avenue, Block 608, Lot 21.1, Zone R-4, to grant a C variance to construct a new two-story single-family dwelling, covered porch, second-story open deck, no stairs, above lower deck, and first-story open deck with stairs and concrete pad contrary to section 430-35, columns 3 and 10, and section 430-10I.
And attic will...
Attic door,
The plans will be revised.
it has to, need to be revised to address the attic door in compliance with the building code.
Second.
And basement and attic users only for storage.
All right, I'll second it again.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Mazzarella,
Yes.
Ready,
Yes.
Willand,
Yep.
Grignani.
Yes. Approved. You will be notified when you can get your zoning and construction permits.
Thank you very much, really appreciate your time.
I don't know who to ask this question of, but how do you get 8.5? What do you do that? It's gonna be 8.5 forever?
Yeah, that's that
The
lot
address?
that's down there, that's that address.
There is a lot of back and forth, I had to go to USPS and the tax department to get the numbers, and they decided it should be 1 by 2 house, not 8.5.
Lots of luck.
8.5.
8.5.
I've never seen that.
No, they should have done 8 by 3.
He's gonna have some problems with his mail forever.
Yeah, yes, he will.
Yep.
Okay. Application 2508, Patel, 250 Allentown Road, Block 273, Lot 1, Zone R4, a C variance to construct a two-story addition, covered porch, covered deck with stairs, 2 sets, front steps and front walk, contrary to section 430-101 and section 430-35, column 10.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, can you state your name, spell your last name, please? Make sure you speak into the microphone.
Last name is Patel, Patel. My first name is Jayesh, Jayesh. My wife couldn't come, she wasn't feeling good. I brought my son with me.
Okay, and are you the owner of the residence?
Yes.
Okay, great. And you have someone with you tonight?
Oh, yes, sorry, I apologize. Jimmy, he's our architect.
He's your architect, correct?
Yes.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great. Can you state your name, spell your last name?
My name is Abhijit Parikh, Abhijeet. Last name is Parikh.
And you're an architect?
Yes.
You're licensed in the state of New Jersey?
Yes.
Your license is in good standing?
Yes.
How long have you been an architect?
I got licensed 3 years ago.
And have you testified before boards before?
Yes.
In fact, you testified before this board on one occasion, correct?
Yes.
You're qualified.
Thank you.
So I don't know who wants to start.
You could sit down,
Have
sir.
a- have
You
a
could
seat.
sit.
Yes, I'll just highlight the need for what we want to do. So we have been living in Parsippany for over 30 years, and at this location and this home for over 22 years. And it's been perfect for our needs so far. But now we have a growing family. My son is getting married next year, so we'll have one more member in the family, and hopefully a few more soon after. And also, me and my wife are a bit kind of aging, getting there, kind of thing. And our parents too, whenever they visit my father and my wife's parents. So, keeping all that in mind, we are looking to do modifications and expansion. So with that, unless you have questions, I was gonna, we have Jimmy, our architect, he can detail our architectural plans.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions of Mr. Patel?
I have one question before you sign. When you finish up with this job, are we gonna have any, like, it's an extended family, correct? You're gonna have your parents there, your son, his wife, you and your wife?
So our parents don't live here permanently, right? So they come from India to visit us.
For a while, okay.
Yeah. So my son and his wife, yes. Right? So it will be 4 of us instead of 3 of
Are you
us.
having more than one kitchen?
No.
No? So your son and his wife who are gonna live in this house for a period of time, they're gonna eat, you are gonna eat common in a kitchen or
Yes.
whatever?
Yeah.
No separate kitchen?
Yeah, it's complete single family.
Because we have
setup.
that number of cases where it was really an apartment within the house.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all.
Okay,
Not at
great.
all.
Jimmy, any other questions of this gentleman? Jimmy, would you continue, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I do have an exhibit of just some renderings if I can pass around.
Sorry, can't hear you.
I do have an exhibit that I would like to pass around. There are some renderings of the house.
Sure. We'll mark those A1.
Huh?
Are these what you have up on the board as well? Okay, so tell us about the plans.
Awesome. Yeah, so as JD mentioned, we are proposing a two-story addition to an existing two-story dwelling. We're here to request 2 variances. The first one is section 430-10I, yards and court. The existing yard coverage is 21.81%, and we're proposing 24.36, which is 0.36 over the allowed. And the second we're asking for is building coverage, which is existing is at 17.76%, and we are proposing 24.17%. As JD mentioned, we're here to create a little bit more living space for him and his family. We're proposing a 2-story addition where the existing garage is being pushed forward to create a little bit more living space and kitchen space in the rear of the house. And we're also proposing a two-story, a foyer extension in the front to create a larger entrance area for them, and a front covered porch for weather protection and visual appeal. And in the rear, we're adding a wood deck, a covered wood deck, for their outdoor use. The existing house is also going to be fully re-sided with stone veneer and wood composite siding, with new casement windows throughout to give the home a new and modernized look. On the second floor, we're expanding the primary bedroom over the existing garage. We're adding a sitting area in the primary bedroom and two walk-in closets within the bedroom. And we're also adding a single laundry room upstairs as well.
Are you adding any bedrooms?
On the first floor, we're adding, right now it's going to be used as a study, a kind of an office, work from home office, but in the future it's going to be used as their future bedroom.
What about bathrooms?
We're adding so we're converting an existing powder into a full bathroom.
And that's on the first floor?
First floor.
So the first floor study, full bath, could be converted into a bedroom?
Yeah, that is the intention.
Is there going to be a bathroom attached to that?
It's not attached, it's outside the bedroom, but it's not attached to the bedroom.
You're not adding any bedrooms on the second floor?
No.
You're expanding the master bedroom?
Yeah.
And you're expanding the bathroom that serves that bedroom?
Yeah, so the master gets bigger, with a sitting area and two walk-in closets and a larger bathroom. The existing bathroom that's on the second floor, that's shared between the other bedrooms, is also getting a little bit bigger. And we're adding a laundry space as well on the second floor.
The existing, second floor proposed, existing bedroom 1, there's just a closet, there's no bathroom.
Correct.
Okay. Bedroom 2 has a walk-in closet and a bathroom.
Correct.
Okay.
And then there's a study area upstairs as well that is kind of used as their prayer area and,
Is that the lounge that you're speaking of?
correct.
And there won't be a closet in that room particularly?
No.
Primary bedroom has a proposed walk-in closet?
Yeah,
And a
they,
proposed walk-in closet with an island?
correct. The primary is getting 2 walk-in closets.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The primary is getting 2 walk-in closets, 1 on each side.
Yes, I see that.
You're going from 2-car garage to 1-car?
Correct.
And when family comes to visit, they will be on the second floor in that first bedroom?
I think that's the intention.
That is the intention?
Guest bedroom. Guest bedroom.
Did you see the memo from the municipal engineer?
Yeah, we got it this morning.
Any issues with any of the recommendations?
No, they'll be filing for a minor soil
You
permit.
comply with that?
Yeah.
Are there any questions from this board of the testimony that has been given?
So just, there's 2 bedrooms listed on here currently, right?
One on the-
Upstairs, right?
Yeah.
And nothing downstairs?
3 upstairs.
Oh, 3? I didn't see the third.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't see the third.
Primary and then 2 bedrooms on the left side of the house.
Gotcha. Now I'm, that's no other question.
Any questions, people of audience, on the testimony that is given? In favor of, in opposition of? Would you like to say something, sir? No? Okay, you're the son,
He's all
yes.
for it.
Yes, you have a very lovely bedroom that they're proposing for you, very nice. Any other questions from this board? No. Would one of our board members like to frame a resolution, please?
Application 25:08, JS and Alpha Patel, 250 Allentown Road, Block 273, Lot 1, Zone R-4, to issue or grant construct two-story addition, covered porch, covered deck with stairs, front stairs and front walk contrary to section 430-10I and section 430-35, column 10, and in compliance with the engineering report.
Minor soil.
Minor soil moving permit
Minus,
and, an as-built survey as well.
Second.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Mazzarella,
Yes.
Ready,
yes.
Willens,
Yes.
Grignani.
Yes. Lots of luck. Been approved. You will be notified of your zoning, zoning and construction permits. The rendition of the architect's drawing is beautiful, and I wish you lots of luck. And your son, you're very fortunate. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My son would put an addition on me.
Okay, we need a motion to adjourn.
May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
That lady?
Say?
No, the one down, the one in California.
Second?
I need a second, please.
Second, I said second.
Okay,
I was just too quiet.
Anything?
there is a motion and we have a second to adjourn.
Second,
We got it.
We got it.
We already had a second. All in favor, aye. Aye, Captain.
Okay, good evening, enjoy Memorial